In this video, we will be looking at how to make a RESTful API in Flask, and I will specifically focus on GET requests. So what is a GET request? A GET request is just used to extract information from some source. Let's say you have a website and that website wants to get some information from your server. So you request your server for some information and your server will send that information to your website, and that is what a GET request means. So first, to start coding your RESTful API, you must have Flask installed on your computer. So if you don't have it installed, just open the command prompt and type pip install Flask. And once installed Flask, you need to import those modules. So on Flask, import Flask, and since you're creating a RESTful API, you must also import JSONify, and you must now create an instance of the Flask class. So I'll be naming that instance as app. So app equals Flask double underscore double name double underscore. Now this double underscore name double underscore is like a placeholder. So after this, you must create a route, and the website can make a request to this route, can make a GET request or any other request that is specified to extract some information. So at app.route, over here you need to specify the endpoint. So I'm just going to specify GET request. So when the website makes a request to this particular endpoint, you can return whatever data you want to the server, and then you must specify the methods in which the website can make a request to the server. So in this case, it will be GET. Now there are many other methods too, like GET, POST, update, delete, etc. But in this particular case, I will be using GET. And even if you do not mention the methods as GET, it will be GET by default. And then you need to define a function which will return a particular value to your website. So now usually data is transferred between your server and any other client in the form of JSON over the internet. So now you'll have the data stored in your code, maybe in the form of Python data types like lists or dictionaries. But if you want to send the data from your server to your website, you must convert those Python data types like lists or dictionaries into the JSON format before you send it, and that is where this JSONify module comes into use. But once you want to send some data, you need to convert those Python data types to JSON format. So to do that, you can use this JSONify module. So return JSONify. So I'll just be sending a simple message over here. So message, and that message would say this worked. Now if name double equals double underscore main double underscore, which means you want to run this current script, app.1, and I'll leave debug as true. So let's see if this works. Let me run this file and open this link. So by default, the server will run on 127.0.01 and 5000 port. So we're able to see this message. This worked, which means when a server makes a request, your website makes a request to this URL, you will be able to see this message. So now let's say A website wants to make a request to your server so that it can get the usernames of all the users that have been registered on your website. So for this purpose, I will just create a list of all the usernames. So let's say one username is Ram, and another username is Krishna, and another username is John. So now we want to send this list of usernames to your website. So for that, you would want to create another route and specify a different route. So this would be users, and once again methods will be get, and you need to specify a function over here. This function should return all the usernames. So return just certified username and the list of the usernames, which will be users. Now save this. So I'll save this, and since debug is true, I need not run this file again. So now I need to go to the endpoint users. So now you're able to see all the usernames which we have entered in our code over here. So the website will now be able to access all these usernames once it makes a request, a get request to a server to this particular endpoint. Now let's say the website only needs one of these usernames. It does not need all of the usernames. So in that case, the website needs to send some parameter to the server saying that I only need this username. So in that case, we need to specify or tell the server that the website will be sending a parameter. So to do that, over here we need to specify the data type of the parameter. So in this case it will be string, and then it will be followed by the name of the parameter. So I'm just going to give name over here, and once again the method would be get, and you need to pass in a parameter to this function, and name of the parameter is name, which you have specified above. So name. Now username equals name for name and users, if name of username double equals name. Okay, so maybe I'll just change the parameter, the variable name. So let's change this to name of user. Okay, name of user. Once again, name of user. So what this line of code is doing is, it is checking where. So what this one line of code is basically doing is, it is checking whether the parameter, that is the name of the user, sent by the website to a server is a part of this list of users or not. So if it is a part of this list of users, that is if it is either Ram or Krishna or John, then we will be able to return the username. So then we can return JSONify username and then the name of the user. So let me save this and just run this. So we had the three usernames, so it's Ram, Krishna and John. So now I only want one of these usernames. The website only wants to know one of these usernames. So let's say it wants to know the username of John, and that's it. So it just sends one of these usernames. It wanted to know the username of John and it got it. So now this is not a very logical example because I am already specifying the obvious parameter, that is John, and I'm getting the obvious answer. But this is just an example to show how GET requests work. And from a list of items, the server, the website can just request for one of those objects. So that is it, guys. This is what I want to show you, and this is just the first part of my series of how to make a RESTful API using Flask. In the next video, I will be talking about how to make post requests. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also share this video with those whom you think it's going to be useful for. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to it. Thank you.